Well, you know what? When I was younger, I've had a lot of relationships where men used to tell me, I wasn't all that and I was ugly and how without them, I would never be nothing.
Lil Kim just pissed everybody off after she confirmed her new relationship with the serial SA offender Antonio Brown. This came after they were spotted getting cozy with each other in the club. A lot of people were immediately turned off by the possibility of them being a couple because Antonio has an awful history with women, and he's mistreated and SA'd almost every woman he's been involved with in his life. Lil Kim herself is a DV survivor, and she even revealed some time ago that she got her nose done after one of her ex-boyfriends broke it during a physical altercation. A lot of people feel like Antonio knows about Lil Kim's unresolved DV trauma and used it to trap her into a relationship with him. Now, it's unclear how long they've been dating, but it looks like they've secretly been getting busy for a while now, and people are not here for it. Now, for those of y'all who aren't caught up in all this mess, Lil Kim and Antonio sparked dating rumors a few days ago when they were spotted kissing passionately and getting real touchy at Big Fendi's yacht party. Lil Kim was supposed to be performing and getting the crowd all turned up, but Antonio was making that very hard for her because he just kept kissing and touching her behind while doing other very explicit things to her, which she seemed to like and reciprocate. From the looks of it, they've been getting real cozy for a minute, and that's why they felt confident doing all that in public. Immediately, people saw this and started dragging her for filth, because the last person she should ever consider dating is Antonio, especially considering how violent he is to women. One person said, "Them red flags be looking like Six Flags sometimes." Another person said, "He must got good peen, because he not crazy enough for y'all." Now, in case you don't know about Antonio's history with women, well, you better sit back, because you're in for a very unpleasant surprise. Despite Antonio being one of the most successful players to ever come out of the NFL, he's been involved in some major scandals and DV allegations that have been completely overshadowing his career and ruined his reputation. Because of this, a lot of people get worried when they see him with a new woman, because they're afraid she's gonna be the next victim of his many others by the time their relationship ends. He first came under fire back in 2017 when he posted an explicit video of his teammates naked while in their locker room celebrating their big win against the Kansas City Chiefs. He got a lot of heat for this, and people accused him of violating the privacy of his team.
Hey, believe, holla at the people. 40K.
Hey, gotta believe, right?
Going to the chip. Eat.
I'm trying to make somebody block tonight.
That's my hood, man. You can put them in my bag. Yeah, I think they're waiting on me, can't do nothing.
But this was all just the start of a long streak of controversies, because he kept making it to the news for all the wrong reasons, including him disrespecting his coaches, not showing up to training sessions, and even getting fired from the Oakland Raiders. However, the allegations reached a boiling point back in 2019 when he got accused of SAing his former trainer, Brittany Taylor. Brittany actually filed a lawsuit against him, and she detailed everything. She said he's first SA'd her back in June of 2017 when he exposed himself and kissed her with no permission. Later that same month, he SA'd her again when he started masturbating behind her and ejaculated on her back. The lawsuit contained images of profane messages that Taylor claims Antonio sent her about the incident. This was the final straw for her, and she ended up ending that relationship immediately after that. However, he kept looking for her and continued to harass her even after she stopped working for him. And once he got his hands on her again, he decided to level up the extent of the SA. On May 20th of 2018, Antonio forced her onto a bed, pushed her face into the mattress, and forcibly SA'd her. She tried to resist him, screaming and repeatedly shouting no and stop, but he refused and continued to her. At the time, he denied all these allegations, but later ended up settling with her behind the scenes and got her to drop the lawsuit. Now fast forward to 2020, he got himself mixed up in another major legal issue when he and his bodyguard physically attacked a truck driver. In court documents obtained by TMZ, the truck driver was hired by a moving company to move some of Antonio's belongings from California to Florida. But he claims when he arrived at Antonio's house, they had a dispute over the payment. And that's when Antonio and his trainer, Glenn Holt, the hell out of him, damaging his truck and other people's belongings in his truck in the process. The truck driver wasted no time in filing a lawsuit, and Antonio was ordered to pay him over $1.2 million in damages. But as y'all can tell by now, Antonio is extremely unhinged. In 2022, he got sued for SA again after he harassed and exposed himself to a woman in a hotel pool in Dubai. In fact, there was a video of the incident taking place, and it was disgusting to say the very least. He initially showed the woman his behind without her permission, then went on to pop out his manhood in her face. And mind you, this was a public pool with other people around, so it wasn't just the woman he was harassing who had to deal with this mess. Everybody who was at the pool got flashed, including children. Later that same year, he got sued again by his ex-fiancée and the mother of his children, Chelsea Marie Chris, who accused him of DV. According to reports, Antonio allegedly threw a shoe at Chelsea during an argument, threw her belongings in the street, and threatened to her if she returned to the house. Apparently, Antonio's children were in the house at the time of the incident, and he was still shameless enough to do this to their mother in front of them. And then just last year, he decided it would be a good idea for him to jump on Snapchat and start posting naked photos of Chelsea on his page without her permission. Snapchat immediately took the photos down and completely banned him from ever using the app again. He completely violated her privacy, and she had to come out and address the entire thing. She said, very well aware of what's being posted on Snap. I am not in control of his actions. I have asked multiple times to have this part of our past relationship to remain private, but he refuses. I've reported his page and all pictures. Unfortunately, Snapchat is allowing him to repost. I am very sorry for any of your kids that follow him and used to look at him as a role model. I do not condone these actions, as you are aware. I have kids involved in this as well. So as y'all can see, this is all part of the reason why people were not here for Lil Kim dating him. What's even crazier is that Lil Kim herself is a victim of men like Antonio, so you'd really think she'd make better decisions when it comes to the men that she's dating. But unfortunately, she's doing the exact opposite. In fact, she opened up about how one of her ex-boyfriends broke her nose during an argument, which forced her to get a nose job to cover it. She said this happened several times, and she had to get it fixed each time.
Well, you know what? When I was younger, I've had a lot of relationships where men used to tell me, you know, I wasn't all that and I was ugly and how without them I would never be nothing. Well, now that I'm older, I'm taking all of that and I'm flipping it. I'm like, look, I am somebody and I don't need you to do this. I'm doing it myself, and now it's time to build up my self-esteem. You know what I mean?
She also confirmed the rumors that the late Notorious B.I.G. used to physically mistreat her back when they were dating. She said, "We did have a very violent relationship. I hate that for a while, that was all I attracted. Violent men. It is what it is. He was everything. You know how it is when you're in the industry. The guys can do whatever they want, but you can't do shit. You can't do nothing." And it looks like she's still attracted to these violent men because there's no reason for this woman to be dating Antonio of all people, knowing the kind of man he is and how he treats women, even the mother of his kids. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this. Like this person who said, "Something about him is so dark and demented. Like, I know he don't got it all, but I think he real life crazy." Another person said, "Out of all the men in the world, she picks one who needs meds." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Lil Kim dating Antonio? And do y'all think she's gonna end up as one of his DV victims by the time she's out of this relationship? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.